So you guys can read my bio. I'll talk a second in a bit about who I actually am and what I do professionally. To start, I just wanted to ask, how many of you guys have heard the expression, there's strength in numbers? That there is 2 heads are better than 1, 5 heads are better than 2, that a team, together, everyone achieves more. You guys heard that before? Pretty much. What if I told you that that is a lie? What if I told you that the single biggest threat to change, to progress, to social development is community? What if I told you that the single biggest catalyst to change and development is not the collective, it's the individual? So, eventually we'll get there. Who am I and why am I talking today? So my name is Jessica. Officially, I am a professional philanthropist. I work for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society of Canada. So what we do is we fund blood cancer research, we fund services for patients and families touched by blood cancers. So I have a little bit of experience in the philanthropic sector. I also, of course, volunteer on my private time as well with youth organizations in different places. So I've come across a wide range of people who get involved in philanthropic causes at all levels. So here we go, teamwork. So when I say it is not the collective, it is not the community who inspires change, it is the individual. But not just any individual, it is the leader. When I say a leader, who do you think of? Political leaders? Trump, no one say Trump. Barack Obama. Justin Trudeau? Any takers? Political leaders. Maybe people, in powers. Presidents of companies, leaders of organizations. But what about the organizers of this conference? What about student council leaders? What about the captain of the volleyball team? These are all people, these are all individuals who inspire change, who mobilize people. So those are the kind of people that I want to speak to you about today. The definition of leadership is the art of influencing human behavior to accomplish a mission in a manner desired by the leader. A mission, a goal, an objective, whatever you want to call it. That is what we commonly define as a leader. So when I talk about the importance of the individual, the leader, in philanthropic environments in particular, it's important. Why is it important? Because these are the people who inspire change, who mobilize people, who get the collective, who at the end of the day, of course, the community is important, but without that one person to inspire, to mobilize, to get them moving, we will not have change, we do not have progress. So, history has demonstrated time and again that leaders and the most effective leaders are those people who can mobilize others. When you think of Martin Luther King, the leader of the civil rights movement, he inspired tons of people to take action. There's so many people you can name when you think about leaders who mobilize crowds. So these are the people that I'm talking about. So how the heck does that relate to philanthropy, to change, to dreams, to anything and everything about progress? These are the people, these are the change makers. The hip word now is influencers, is mobilizers. This is the trend, but this is just the definition of people who make things happen. So when we talk about philanthropy, what is philanthropy? Are we talking about rich people giving money to poor people? Not really. Okay, philanthropy and charity are not the same thing. Charity is a fantastic thing. It is an important thing. Philanthropy, however, is a little bit different. Okay, it is giving of your time, your skill, yourself, okay? And in a way to inspire change in the global community, okay? It's helping individuals, it's helping society. They say that in the philanthropic world, our biggest treasure, our biggest resource is the time, talent, and treasure of others. So my colleague is here with me tonight, and she could tell you as well that where I work, you know, we're always fundraising, we're always trying to spread awareness, and the people who are the biggest help to us are the people that feel most valued, whose expertise we look to for help to spread awareness about our cause. We cannot do what we do without the help of those people, without volunteers who come to our events, without corporate leaders who, you know, fundraise in their companies and are aware about the importance of corporate giving back and corporate giving, without cancer survivors who are willing to share their stories to help other people connect the dots. You know, what is it really like to live with a child with cancer? If you don't have a child, trust me, when you hear the story, it'll hit you. So these are the people that help us make a difference, and these are the people we are desperately need. So they say that leaders, you know, you just tell other people what to do. Not really. That's a boss. Okay, leaders are someone who can inspire change. So the collective is important when we're talking about getting something done. Absolutely. But when we talk about, I don't know, an online petition, it takes many, many signatures before anything will get attention or before we'll move to legislators. But it takes one individual to take that time to start that petition, to fill in those fields, to write that text, to start sharing that link. It takes one individual. Crowdfunding is another example. There is an injustice somewhere. Someone can't fund their cancer treatment. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Matthew Schreindorfer, Montrealer diagnosed with a blood cancer a couple years ago that needed tens of thousands of dollars to fund his treatment that was not covered by the government, to fund experimental treatment that wasn't offered in Canada. He got that funding through crowdsourcing, through Montrealers, Lavalers, South Shores, everyone giving a little bit to his cause. But without his wife to lead the publicity charge, without his friends and family constantly sharing the link, you cannot mobilize the greater public. So these are people that are critical to moving causes forward. So today I'm here to ask you to be one of those people. Whether it's for my cause, whether it's for a cause close to your heart, there are so many important issues of injustice, of social welfare, countless people who need help. So I am asking you to not only participate. If someone asks you to volunteer, okay, come and volunteer. If someone asks you for a donation, yeah, that's great. Very much appreciated. But I am asking you to go one step further. I am asking you to also mobilize other people, to be a leader of change. So, perfect example, Globe Jumper to start the night. When you said, you know what, I have this great following on social media, okay, what can I do with it? You mobilized a team of volunteers to come with you on different missions. That would not have happened, those people would not have helped without you initiating that change. So, thank you for that. So just a perfect example of how one individual can bring a community together to make a difference. Social media is, I think, the greatest connector, but is also the biggest threat to our generation. Right now, we have a lot of people who are hyper-connected. We always know the latest news, but we are all bystanders. There is so much information, there is so much going on, but how engaged are we? So that's something that is going to be important for our generation moving forward. How can we actively involve people in change? So if you hear about something important and you want to volunteer, perfect, volunteer. But don't just volunteer. Volunteer and bring your friends. You hear about a cause, you hear about injustice anywhere, take action. But don't just take action, lead action. Invite other people to get involved with you. Make a difference in whatever way you can. So obviously, of course, many of you guys are students. What about skilled volunteering? You're studying in marketing and communications. There are tons of nonprofits who are looking for some help, some expertise in that field. If you are studying science, but you're a social media guru on your spare time, why don't you get in touch with an organization that is looking to spread awareness? I guarantee you they are looking for your help. Translation. That's something organizations across the board, particularly in Quebec, always need help with. So when I say be a leader of change, I'm not saying, take out your wallet. I'm not saying you need to give all your time forever, but do good with the time you have and encourage others to do good with you. So right now, as I said, people are hyper-connected. We are looking for ways to get everyone involved in a cause. So not just to see those fundraising links go by, not just to hear about the terrible situations across the globe, but to take concrete action. So I am asking you, inviting you, encouraging you to get involved. If you want to get involved with my cause, by all means. But take a leadership role. So where I work, we have events throughout the year. We have awareness events. We have events in hospitals to support patients. We have fundraising events. Pick a cause, pick a charity, get involved. So for example, if you hear about my cause, we have a walk. We have the Light the Night walk in October. I'm slightly biased, but I'm telling you, it is the most beautiful walk you will ever see. Imagine, if you will, 5,000 people holding illuminated lanterns, walking together in solidarity. These are people, some with a connection to cancers, other people without connection to cancers. Everyone walks with a lantern in one of three colors. Red is for people who are just supporters of the cause. White are for patients and survivors. Gold is for those walking in memory. So, when you show up at Parc Jean Drapeau on that evening in October, and you see a 4-year-old boy with a survivor lantern, you already know his story. But he's not there alone. He may be 4, but you can be sure he is the leader of the whole team that's with him. All his family surrounding him is there that night, and they're there to celebrate him. Everyone else from the Montreal community is there that night to celebrate survivors. They are there to remember the people they lost. So, don't just join a walk. Be the captain of your team for a walk. Whether you raise $10, whether you raise $1,000, it doesn't matter. Get everyone out, make everyone aware, make sure they contribute. As I mentioned, if you have a skill, share that skill. It's not about money all the time. They say the most valuable thing you can give in any situation is yourself. Your time, your expertise. These are things that are desperately needed by organizations, so take that initiative to give back. If you're looking for, a leadership role within a society, for example, we also have a Young Ambassador Committee. If you want to organize events to help spread awareness, to help raise money, get involved with that. There's so many different ways to get involved in so many different charities and causes. The door is open. Okay? If you hear about a cause, don't just make a donation, start a crowdfunder. It's up to you, it's up to our generation to make sure people engage with causes that are important and for us to encourage that change. So on that note, if you guys are ever looking for causes to be involved with, either for cancer organizations, for youth, for anything else, feel free to reach out to me. If you want to make that change, or if you just want some info about how to help other people make that change, get in touch with us, and it will be my greatest pleasure to give you some tips. That's it for me. Thank you guys for listening.